A tale of secrets, what your dog knows. Ever feel like your dog is onto you? Like, really onto you? It's true, our canine companions possess a secret stash of knowledge about us. They're masters of observation, sniffing out our routines, moods, and maybe even our stash of hidden treats. Think of it this way, your dog is like a furry Sherlock Holmes, always observing, always deducting. Every twitch of your eyebrow, every sigh of frustration, every jingle of the lead, it all gets filed away in their doggy database. Emotional detectives in fur coats. Dogs have an uncanny ability to read us like a book, even if that book is written in a language they don't fully understand. They might not get the nuances of your work frustrations or relationship dramas, but they sure as heck know when you're feeling down in the dumps. How do they do it? Well, those wet noses aren't just for sniffing out stray sausages. Dogs are incredibly attuned to our scents, picking up on subtle changes in our body chemistry that reflect our emotional state. So, when you're stressed or anxious, your dog literally smells it on you. But it's not just their noses that make them such great emotional detectives. Dogs are also masters of body language. They watch our every move, from the way we walk to the way we sit, and they can tell when something is off. If you're slumped over or moving more slowly than usual, your dog will pick up on that and know that something is wrong. And then there's the way they listen to us. Dogs have an incredible ability to pick up on the tone of our voices. They can tell when we're happy, sad, or angry just by the way we speak. So even if you're trying to put on a brave face, your dog will know if you're feeling down. This ability to read our emotions makes dogs amazing companions. They know when we need a little extra love and attention, and they're always there to provide it. Whether it's a gentle nudge with their nose, a wag of their tail, or just sitting quietly by our side, dogs have a way of making us feel better. And it's not just about making us feel better. Studies have shown that having a dog can actually improve our mental health. Dogs can help reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, and they can even help lower our blood pressure. So, the next time you're feeling down, remember that your dog is there for you, ready to provide comfort and support. But how exactly do dogs pick up on our emotions? It all comes down to their incredible senses. Dogs have an amazing sense of smell, and they can detect changes in our body chemistry that we can't even perceive. When we're stressed or anxious, our bodies release certain chemicals, and dogs can smell these changes. But it's not just their noses that help them detect our emotions. Dogs are also incredibly observant. They watch our every move, and they can tell when something is off. If we're moving more slowly or acting differently than usual, our dogs will pick up on that and know that something is wrong. And then there's the way they listen to us. Dogs have an incredible ability to pick up on the tone of our voices. They can tell when we're happy, sad, or angry just by the way we speak. So, even if we're trying to hide our emotions, our dogs will know how we're really feeling. This ability to read our emotions makes dogs amazing companions. They know when we need a little extra love and attention, and they're always there to provide it. Whether it's a gentle nudge with their nose, a wag of their tail, or just sitting quietly by our side, dogs have a way of making us feel better. So, the next time you're feeling down, remember that your dog is there for you, ready to provide comfort and support. They truly are emotional detectives in fur coats, always ready to lend a helping paw. The language of leashes and treat jars. It's a silent communication, a bond that transcends words and speaks directly to the heart of every dog owner. Let's be real. Dogs are experts at learning the routines that benefit them most. They have an uncanny ability to pick up on the smallest cues, whether it's the jingle of keys or the rustle of a treat bag. These little signals are like a secret code between you and your furry friend. They know the clinking sound of the treat jar like a gambler knows the sound of a slot machine. The moment they hear that familiar noise, their ears perk up, their tails start wagging, and their eyes light up with anticipation. It's as if they've hit the jackpot every single time, and don't even try to pretend you're not about to take them for a walk when you reach for that lead. The mere sight of the leash sends them into a frenzy of excitement. They know that a walk means adventure, new smells, and the chance to explore the world outside. They've memorized our every move, from the time we wake up to the moment we settle in for the night. They know when it's time for breakfast, when it's time for a walk, and when it's time to snuggle up on the couch. Their internal clocks are perfectly synced with ours, and they've cleverly trained us to respond to their every bark, whine, and tail wag. A bark might mean they need to go outside, a whine could signal that they're hungry, and a wagging tail is their way of saying they're happy and content. It's a two-way street of communication. Who's really in charge here? It's a question that many dog owners ponder. While we like to think that we're the ones calling the shots, our dogs have a way of making us bend to their will. They know just how to look at us with those big, soulful eyes to get what they want. It's a question that keeps philosophers and dog owners up at night. The bond between a dog and their owner is a complex and beautiful thing. It's built on trust, love, and a mutual understanding that goes beyond words. In the end, it doesn't really matter who's in charge, as long as both are happy. Guilty conscience. Your dog smells it. We've all been there. You come home to find your new slippers looking suspiciously like chew toys. Your dog, usually a whirlwind of ecstatic greetings, is suddenly a picture of canine remorse, slinking around with those "who, me" eyes. But are they actually feeling guilty? The jury's still out on that one. What we do know is that dogs are masters at reading our body language. They sense our displeasure and react accordingly, even if they don't fully grasp the reason behind our scolding. But he looked so guilty. The power of our perception. It's easy to project human emotions onto our furry friends. We often find ourselves attributing our own feelings and thoughts to them, imagining that they experience the world just as we do. This tendency is known as anthropomorphism, and it's a natural part of how we relate to animals. After all, we see love, guilt, and even jealousy in those big, expressive eyes. When a dog looks at us with those soulful eyes, it's hard not to believe that they are feeling the same complex emotions that we do. We see a reflection of our own emotional world in their gaze. But sometimes, what we interpret as complex emotions might just be simple learned behaviors. That guilty look, it might not be guilt at all. Dogs have evolved alongside humans for thousands of years, and in that time, they've become incredibly adept at reading our cues and responding in ways that benefit them. It could simply be your dog responding to your tone of voice and body language. When you come home to find a chewed-up shoe and your dog looks guilty, they might just be reacting to your angry or disappointed tone rather than feeling actual guilt. They've learned that a certain demeanor appeases their humans in these situations. Over time, dogs have figured out that looking submissive or guilty can diffuse a tense situation and make their humans less likely to be angry. It's a survival strategy that has served them well in their long history with us. It's all part of their ingenious plan to wrap us around their paws. By understanding our reactions and adjusting their behavior accordingly, dogs have managed to secure a special place in our hearts and homes. So, the next time your dog gives you that guilty look, remember that it might just be their way of keeping the peace and staying in your good graces. Share the love and the laughter. Do you recognize these hilarious canine quirks in your own furry friend? Share your stories in the comments below. We'd love to hear about the times your dog proved they knew you better than you knew yourself. And don't forget to give this post a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Your support keeps the tail wags coming. Want more tail wagging insights? Stay tuned for more fascinating facts and funny anecdotes about the secret lives of our canine companions. Subscribe to our channel and join the pack.